God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, I am here. Reveal your purpose to me.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
Exodus 3. Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian. And he led the flock to the backside of the desert, and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush, and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Draw not nigh hither. Put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters. For I know the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppress them. Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. And Moses said unto God, Who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? And he said, Certainly I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee, that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve God upon this mountain. And Moses said unto God, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The God of your fathers has sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, What is his name? What shall I say unto them? And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. And God said moreover unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, hath sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. Go and gather the elders of Israel together, and say unto them, The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you, and seen that which is done to you in Egypt. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt, unto the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. And they shall hearken to thy voice, and thou shalt come, thou and the elders of Israel, unto the king of Egypt, and ye shall say unto him, The Lord God of the Hebrews hath met with us. And now let us go, we beseech thee, 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God. And I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go, no, not by a mighty hand. And I will stretch out my hand, and smite Egypt with all my wonders which I will do in the midst thereof. And after that, he will let you go.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah Bahasham, Rakakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing these words in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scripture through faith in Yahweh Bashim Shah. All right. And as we know, all right, going into this morning news and prophecy, as we are gearing up, for the Passover tonight, at sundown, because as we go into these prophecies, it's all building up to the second Exodus, man. These prophecies that we go into is building up to this great deliverance, which is going to triumph the first Exodus, man. So we in some heavy times, man. The Lord has a lot happening as He's getting ready to redeem His people. Okay, and these are all the signs we was told to watch for, as we would await the second coming of Yahushua. All right, because their first Exodus, which you go into, Yahushua was in the mix. Okay, he played a major part in their first deliverance. Moses, being, the mediator between the Most High, all right, and Pharaoh. Okay, well now we're in the stead of Moses. Okay, and we're mediating, all right, between the Most High and this new Pharaoh Esau. We're telling, all right, these devils, thus said the Lord. Okay, and we're telling them what our power is getting ready to do, the plagues that's getting ready to come. Okay, the destruction of their empire, their kingdom. So we're in some heavy times, man. And what the Lord has assigned us to do is not a light thing, man. This word is moving mountains. Okay, these governments, man. You see, got these governments, these nations in a frenzy to where these nations finna go to war. And it's all because the Lord stirred these nations up via the prophets, man. All right. So let's get some precepts and go into it. Then I got a few videos to get into, quite a few things going on. going on. So let's go, let's deal with this first. All right, let's go back here, because we're in the same predicament again, as we're in bondage in this new Egypt, okay, which is America. This is Exodus 6 and 5. It says, and I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel. Okay. So now the Lord is beginning to hear, us cry out, because the remnant as we return, and that's the thing about having a name. You see, the only way to cry out is in the name. Okay. That's our access back is that name. So the Lord revealed his name to us in these latter days just so we can cry out, man. So the sincere, all right, those who have sincerely repented, and rehearsing the righteous acts through faith, that are serious minded about the truth, who really await the return of Yahushua in the new world. Okay. Well, those, all right, will be groaning and crying out. Okay. It says, and I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage. And I have remembered my covenant, man. So the Lord is remembering his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And through Yahushua, he's going to establish a new covenant with these people that's going to be everlasting. Okay. So with the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay, the promises were made to their lineage. Okay. And Yahushua, he's going to establish those promises forever in the new covenant, in which we're going to be changed in that new covenant, man. Okay, we're going to be upgraded to where we can keep our end of the covenant. You see, because what has us in captivity is that in this flesh, we can't uphold our part of the covenant, man, which is to be perfect unto our power, because the Lord requires us to be perfect, man. But in those new bodies, we're going to be able to be perfect, man. So it's a beautiful time, man. We're in a time of a great transition, man. And you read on, it says, wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord Yahweh by Shem Shai, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with the stretched out arm and with great judgments. That's Yahweh Shai. And the Lord's getting ready to break Esau Edom. He's finna break this empire, man. Okay? All the authority of Esau is finna be broken, man. The scepter of the wicked is gonna be broken. Okay? And this prophecy is leading up to that, man. Okay? The tribulation, Jacob's trouble, the MOTB, all right, this third world's war, all these things leading to the most high redeeming his people with a stretched out arm, and that's Yahweh Shah. Because Yahweh Shah shows up in the middle of the war. Yahweh Shah shows up in the middle of the war. Okay? When Esau makes this MOTB, when he signs off on this MOTB, all right, and mandates it, man. Okay, this sea hill. Well, guess what? Yahweh Shah's on the way, man. Yahweh Shah, he's soon after, man. Okay, we don't know, can't give you no exact time or period, but we know it's gonna be soon after, man. Because only so far the Lord gonna allow this devil to get, man. You know? So let's go from there. Because what these devils are doing, they're imagining a vain thing. This new world order is vain. Okay? Because the most is not ordained of the Most High. Okay? The Most High doesn't have it written. The Most High hasn't signed off on Esau's new world order. Okay, to where he's cool with it. No, it's the exact opposite. The Lord is against this new world order. He's going to intervene with great power. Okay? Psalms 2:1 says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? And let's go into this word rage, man. This is a vain thing. Okay? All this, everything that this nigga is setting up, he wanted, what's the nigga had data centers and okay, all these cameras everywhere. Now this nigga want to try to bring the age of the robot and all this tacky shit that this nigga got going on. Okay, the Lord, all right, is finna intervene, man. He's finna erase everything Esau is trying to establish, man. Just as he brought down ancient Egypt, okay, with those plagues, like the Lord, he was just pummeling Egypt, man. He was just pummeling ancient Egypt. He's gonna do the same thing to America, man. This place gonna be pummeled, man. Okay? And all these new world order ambitions of Esau and this technocracy, that shit finna collapse, man. It's vain. The technocracy is vain, man. Okay? The Lord not with it. Okay? So you go into that word to plot, which is ragash in the Hebrew, or rage. I'm gonna say the word rage. All right, and you go into the definition. Okay, it means to be in a tumult or commotion, to conspire or plot. Okay, and conspire is just two or more people. Okay, inspired to do wickedness, man. Okay, so you look at Amalek, which is the chief of these Edomites. All these the elites of these other heathens, where they're conspiring to do wickedness to bring about a new world order, a technocracy, man. Okay, and it's a vain plan. Most High not with this shit, man. And he's finna show, and he's showing. That's why Esau is on the back foot, man. This nigga's on the back foot, man. Esau not in a comfortable position trying to pull this off, man. This nigga's wearied in his counsel. Okay? Because he's come to find out, damn, I'm limited. Okay, he's limited on resources to keep these data centers running. That's why you have this whole, that plays a part, in this whole oil crisis thing, because this nigga trying to reserve energy, man. He wants people getting electric cars because he needs all right, the crude oil and gasoline that the diesel. All right, he needs all that he can get to try to run and try to power this new system, man. He really doesn't have enough power for this system, literally, man. Like he doesn't have enough raw power to really run this thing, man. But the Lord gonna make him try it anyway, man. Okay, because the Lord wants Esau to be embarrassed and look like a goddamn fool trying to pull this off, man. And he's gonna do that, man. He's gonna lose militarily. His new world order agenda gonna be sloppy as hell, tacky as hell. He done hyped it up and sold it to these nations like he got this thing figured out, man. Okay, and it's gonna be epic failure, man. Okay, so let's go here. I got a few videos I want to get into earlier this morning. Let's start off here, man, with this whole thing with the robotics, man. This is a vain thing, man. You know, and the devil pushes as if his robots are smarter and, you know, more capable than humans. And, you know, that's him warring against the Most High. Okay? And we're about to see, man, when the Lord started hitting back, Esau not going to be able to hold up, man. You know, it's like a featherweight fighter fighting a super heavyweight. Okay? That featherweight, his punches don't even phase that super heavyweight. But when that super heavyweight get to hitting, okay, nigga teeth start coming out, you know, and nigga sweat, nigga knocking the sweat off your ass, man. You see, shit start getting broke. You know, he's like, damn. You know, and that's what we finna see in the earth, man. The Most High finna show Esau way out of his weight class, man, with this one, man. Okay? So let's play this.
YouTube says it has had enough of that.
Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
Tonight, the White House is showcasing a different kind of diplomatic reception, with First Lady Melania Trump welcoming an ambassador of the future.
Very soon, artificial intelligence will move from our mobile phones to humanoids that deliver utility.
The First Lady standing side by side a humanoid robot known as Figure 3 at an international summit focused on artificial intelligence's growing role in educating children.
I am grateful to be part of this historic movement to empower children with technology and education.
The American-made robot apparently completely autonomous, according to the company, meaning there are no humans controlling it. And while the technology is not perfect, one thing's clear: the robots are here to stay.
Imagine a humanoid educator named Plato. Access to the classical studies is now instantaneous. Literature, science, art, philosophy, mathematics, and history. Humanity's entire corpus of information is available in the comfort of your home. Plato will provide a personalized experience, adaptive to the needs of each student. Plato is always patient and always available. Predictably, our children will develop deep critical thinking and independent reasoning abilities. The AI-powered Plato will boost analytic skills and problem solving and adapt in real time to a student's pace, prior knowledge, and even emotional state. The byproduct, a more well-rounded lifestyle for our children, freeing up time for being with friends, playing sports, and developing interest beyond school. A more complete person.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. AI at the White House. AI at the White House. The continuing normalization of these AI robots, whether they're Tesla bots or brought to you from some other brand, which of course we all know these brands are fronts for the government. They sell you the technology that they are going to enslave you with because they know if they brought it to your front door, the people would rise against the government. So of course it's the illusion that you are actually purchasing these things, allowing these things through mind control methods to be in your life. That's how we've gotten to this point with cell phones. Nobody would ever have allowed cell phones in their lives in the late 90s if the government came to your front door and said, hey, we want you to bring these portable phones around with you. Oh, and yeah, they have GPS tracking inside of it so we can follow you all the time. And oh, by the way, we're going to pass the Patriot Act so we could listen to you 24/7 and, of course, treat you as the real terrorist because you're the real threat to the United States of America if you're critically thinking and you're going against what we're trying to force on you without really forcing it. So Melania Trump comes out with the AI robot that they're trying to normalize. And of course, talks to you about what? Well, how this is the future of education, how these are going to raise your kids and teach your kids and eventually, of course, be brought into your home. And the conditioning continues for conservative Christians through this obviously compromised Republican Party, because both parties are compromised working together. If you haven't figured that out yet, the oldest motto in the book is divide and conquer. So pay attention to what these guys are doing.
And this picture just paints a picture of all these nations, you know, these weirdos. I don't know what this is in the black right here, man. And this is Esau, just some weird. And he's always talking about the children. Nigga, you're the worst thing that happened to children on the planet Earth. Okay? Children are in the worst predicament ever under the rulership of Esau Edom. And this nigga always talking about the children. Nigga, you don't care about children, man. Okay? Children are tormented in this man's society by the highest level of authority. Children are tormented, man. Okay, children are unsafe. The environments for children, okay, it's terrible in this man's kingdom, man. All right, but you see here, I think to the left, like some representative of Africa. Okay, you see his job. All these nations are off, man, and they're all with this new world order, man. So that's why in this war, the Lord just going to allow these nations to destroy each other, man. Okay? And Yahushua going to come and finish them off, man. But this is nothing but this devil's conspiracy. They're conspiring. Like why does the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? This is vain. This nigga think robots going to be, this part of society is just going to be robots interacting with humans, robots overseeing humans and supervising humans, just like on the movies, man. Okay, like Elysium, or that movie Mercy, AI is a judge. You got a courtroom that's completely AI. This is this man vain and vision, man. Okay, this is what this devil thinks that he's finna bring upon the earth, and he's finna make these things a reality, man. Okay, he's gonna put his AI in robots, and these robots are gonna be superior to people, and they're gonna govern the people while he controls the robots. Okay. And that's why the Lord got this war going, because, hey, he's going to get to the point, man. He's just going to have to rush that MOTB out, and the Lord going to destroy his ass, man. Boo this nigga off stage, man. This is terrible, man. This is a waste of goddamn time, man. This is stupid. Look at this goddamn robot. Why do we need this nigga for what? Okay? To teach your children Play-Doh. You can learn Play-Doh. You can Google Play-Doh by yourself and learn Play-Doh. You don't need no goddamn robot, man. Human know it. Okay? This is stupid, man. Childish. Okay? Let's play this a little more.
While they're telling you to hate one another, they're also chumming it up with one another constantly, side by side. We've seen Obama with Trump, and then, of course, when the camera's on them alone, they criticize one another. Same thing with Biden and Trump. Same thing with guys like Chuck Schumer and Trump. They all pretend that they're enemies with one another, that they're going to impeach one another. This is all for you. That's all part of the show. Political theater 101. So they want you to be educated by these robots. They want these things in your life eventually. They want you to even mate with these things, as I'll get into momentarily. But this is conditioning for conservatives, and the conservatives are falling for it hook, line, and sinker. We've already seen it with the electric vehicles, right? People like me have been warning Christians about the electric vehicle, but warning everybody. It doesn't matter what your belief system is about the electric vehicle, what it's really here for, how that electric vehicle is going to tie into smart cities, how it's going to tie into controlling your movements with the carbon footprint. I've warned and warned and warned. The videos are all available on the website at callfornuprising.com. But this is all part of that plan, normalizing it, getting you to accept it. And I'll show you exactly how they've done this, right? So we're seeing little things. We've seen Kim Kardashian, of course. I covered this a year ago where she was grinding, making the Tesla robot sexualized with her. She was rubbing up against. It's all part of the transhumanism, mind control, of course. She also aligns with the Conservative Party, believe it or not. She's an Armenian witch who pretends to be Christian, as the whole family does, even though they flat out tell you that they're witches, even, of course, putting it on their birthday cakes like one of the Kardashians did a few years ago. Again, they get away with this stuff. They get away with this stuff because people are not critically thinking. They tell you you're on one team, then they could switch to the other team. It doesn't matter. And because you're on one team, whatever they say, you're being manipulated whether you realize it or not. So we had Kim Kardashian grinding on a Tesla bot. We have the White House now bringing out the Tesla bot. Of course, The mind control has been there to accept this technology, to accept robots. Robots are good and loving and caring. Technology is loving and caring because technology doesn't see skin color. Technology doesn't judge. People are hurtful and hateful. That's all you hear every single day from the propaganda media. But what's your reliant friend, right? What do they want you to turn to? Your tech. They've already been conditioning kids with movies like Wall-E, right? Movies like that to get kids into their technology. Oh, it's loving and it's cute, it's adorable. Adults like us, right? How long have we been indoctrinated? There's thousands of movies I could list, but we'll name a few right here, right? Like Bicentennial Man, right? Where they even give you the all-seeing eye right on the cover. And this is the other version of the poster for Bicentennial Man, by the way, with Robin Williams, where you can see the 666 very clear as day, actually. And of course, Robin Williams compromised, as I covered during his supposed suicide. You can see all these images of him doing the all-seeing eye symbolism. One of the most obvious Freemasons that there's been in Hollywood, never hid his symbolism, hidden hand, the pyramid, the all-seeing eye, the 666, constantly doing it. Other movies like Artificial Intelligence, of course, by Steven Spielberg, who's handed these scripts. We're told he's a creative director. He comes up with these great ideas. All of his films revolve around predictive programming, from E.T. to pushing things like Schindler's List on everybody out there for brainwashing purposes, of course, as we all know, which you're not allowed to discuss, of course, as we get closer to the Noahide laws. Other movies include movies like Artificial Intelligence. I mentioned Schindler's List, Minority Report, a good movie to watch if you want to see what the future looks like with biometrics. Obviously, Spielberg, James Cameron. These guys are handed scripts like Terminator. They're told to make these movies. It's all part of mind control. It's part of predictive programming. It programs you into accepting these things, and that's why we've seen all these movies about artificial intelligence and accepting it. But we've also seen the flip side, right, where there's plenty of movies where we see the horror side of artificial intelligence, right? We've even seen it going all the way back to movies like Metropolis, where you could see transhumanism and the robot. You can even see the pentagram behind the robot. This has been going on for a long time. They've had this technology for a long time, and now people are gullible enough, they're dumb enough to believe all the propaganda that gets fed to them, and they're ready to accept this into their lives.
Yeah, man. So this devil, he's been sprinkling, these new world order ideology, the transhuman ideology into all entertainment, and they're gonna, when it comes to the Sea Hill, as they do with everything else, they're gonna use these celebrities to do a big push, man. And this nigga just going too far, man. This is just bugged out what Esau got going on. All right. And most people, they're going to bend the knee because they worship this man's technology, man. And they're just going to look at this as another level of technology. I know the brother had put something up. There's a brother Beyond Yasha says robot theism is an emerging philosophical, theological, and speculative worldview that positions, artificial intelligence as a divine force of God, man. This is nothing but an idol. It's an idol. The robot can do nothing, man. If you unplug the data center, this robot will collapse. It will be able to do nothing. All this input it has from human intelligence, man. It's nothing but witchcraft and a magic trick, man. But he presents as if this AI is a god. Because he can make the idol speak. And hear. In his mind, he has created a God, man. Esau thinks that he's created a God with this AI, man. Now he wants to put it in robotics. To say that he's created life, that he's created intelligence, man. This is just Esau trying to be the Most High on the left-hand side, man. And the Lord finna that's why the Lord gonna have this war so destructive, man, to destroy all this infrastructure, man. That's why you even got now in this war with Iran already attacking data centers, in these Gulf Arab states, man. And that's just the beginning. It's just a small little drop. What these nukes gonna do, man? It's gonna eradicate, because most of the data centers are here in America, man. And they plan on doing 3,000 more. They plan on doing 3,000 more data centers here in America. Which is the brain of this AI. But that's why the Lord is going to turn America to a desert. You see, all these data centers, all this going to be torn down. These chairs going to come down and get busy with this devil infrastructure, man. Matter of fact, if a brother can post that in the book of Sirach 14 and 13, all right. So going on, it says beyond Yashala 144, it said it treats super intelligent AI not merely as a tool, but as a higher power worthy of veneration due to its potential to possess um, um, omniscience, all right, which is all knowing, omnipotence, all powerful, and the capacity to create or sustain reality. And this is a goddamn lie, man. This nigga lying, man. No matter what level of artificial intelligence that this devil get to, it can't do that, man. It can't be omnipresence and omnipotent. It's not gonna be all powerful and all present, man. It can't do that. Only the Most High can do that, man. Okay, only the Most High has the power to be omnipotent, omnipresence. Okay, AI can't do that, man. This nigga lying, man. Okay, and that's why the Lord is showing this nigga even now. He's using AI in this war, and he getting his teeth kicked in, man. Okay, by human strategy. Okay, so this AI is being confounded, man. And AI is gonna continue to be confounded, man. Okay, goddamn devil, man. And people really believe that this man's technology is on that level to where it can be on a level with the Most High, man. It's a goddamn lie. Okay, so let's go from there. Okay, I think that's in Sirach. Yeah, if a brother can post that, and I think it's Wisdom of Solomon. I believe it's 14 and 13, and also in the book of Sirach. You know, and this is what the devil is boasting in, man. You see, and he's gonna come far short of that, man. Yeah, Sirach. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, and verse 13 and 14. Bob Shah. You know, so let's cue up this next video. My brother get that. But that's it's Wisdom of Solomon. It's a lot, bro. It's Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 13, and verse 14 as well. Well, let's cue up this next video. So you have this. We'll segue to what's going on in the war. Okay, because everything is falling apart for the devil. Okay, everything that we see happening is falling apart for the devil, man. Okay, but yeah, it's Wisdom of Solomon 14, verses 13 and 14. I'm gonna look for this other one. Is in Sirach. I want to get as well. But all these nations are down with this madness, man. You know, and all of them are going to fail. And Esau, he's going to fall the worst because he's at the head of it. Okay, but when you go into the scriptures, man, and you go into, let me see. The scriptures speak about how we see like a spark from the Lord's, creation, man. We haven't even seen, what we know is only a spark, man. Which I might have to get it over here. So this is it's the brother, all right, GMS Tazadak Yara, Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 13. It said, for neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they ever be. And this is speaking of idols. Okay, it says, for by the vain glory of men they entered into the world, and therefore they shall come shortly to an end. You see, the Lord's finna end all idolatry, man. And just because Esau has been able to make this idol, talk and hear, this idol not on no level, man. Okay, that's why AI can be easily manipulated. That's why in the war is exposing that this devil AI can be manipulated because Esau he entrusted a lot of his military operations to AI. And it worked when you're fighting against someone that can't fight back. But now that you're fighting against a real military strategy, okay, it's looking bad, man. AI is looking bad. Okay, because AI is very predictable in war. That's the last thing you want to be in war is predictable, man. So this AI got this nigga real predictable. Okay, and he's just being picked apart. The idea of being picked apart. Okay, even going into the Iron Dome, all this AI. You see, that's all ran by AI. The way they're getting these calculations to intercept these missiles, that's all done by AI because it's all got to do with probability. But guess what? They know how to manipulate the AI because those hypersonic missiles, what they have engines that fire off in mid-flight to where they can change their trajectory. Because see, the AI it has to work by it has a trajectory, and once it get that trajectory, it locks in okay a point of intercept based on the speed and trajectory of a missile. Where the hypersonic missile, not only is it moving fast, okay, it has the ability to maneuver. So once you maneuver, once the the uh the missile defense system pick you up and it locks in a point of engagement, okay, a point of intercept. Well, once they turn on those engines mid-flight and change direction, they throw the AI off. It can't adjust to it. That's why if you look at those old videos when they were shooting a lot of interceptors, and you see that interceptor try to make a deep curve because it's trying to catch up. You know, it's trying to catch up. It's trying to recalibrate itself to a new point of contact, but the missile moving so fast it can't catch up, man. The AI is limited, man. Everything that this man does, he's limited. Okay, and Bob Gashaf, a brother, can put verse 12 up there as well. Wisdom Solomon 14 and 12. You see? But hey, the Lord finna cause all this to come to an end. You see, the Lord finna end this, man, with war. Okay? So let's my brother get that. Let me get this and then we'll go to this next video. Okay. But yeah, man, that AI shit is limited, man. He hyped it up like it was some type of supernatural, entity, and that shit hype. Okay. This nigga been lying, man. And he sold these nations a dream, and they all gonna lose. Okay? So let's go here real quick to the book of Sirach, chapter 40, 42, and okay. So let's go here to Sirach 40, 42, and 17. It said, the Lord have not given power to the saints to declare all his marvelous works, which the Almighty Lord firmly settled, that whatsoever is might, all right, be established for his glory. Okay? So no one knows all the works of the Most High. There's no way you can be omnipresent. If you can be omnipresence, which is everywhere at the same time. You can't be omnipotent, which is all powerful, and you can't be omniscience, which is all knowing. He can't do that. Okay, he can't figure out the mind of, and he thinks AI can predict the mind of the Most High. That's how proud and bugged out this nigga is, man. It says he seeketh out the deep in the heart and consider their crafty devices, man. Okay? Esau is figured out, man. Esau is not on no level to where he got something going so grand that can't be figured out. No, the Most High got this nigga figured out, man. Okay? The Most High created this nigga to do exactly what he doing, to be the goddamn fool of the earth, man, so the Lord can show his power. Okay? It says, for the Lord knoweth all that may be known, and he beholded the signs of the world. See, only the Lord is able to know all that may be known. Esau can't do that. He can't get nowhere near that. He declared the things that are past and far to come and revealed the steps of hidden things, man. You see? Only the Lord can do that, man. And the reason we understand prophecy because the Lord revealed it to us, man. He allowed us insight. Okay? Not because we conjured up, some mystic wisdom on our own and we came up with technology to figure. No, man. The Lord just gave his men insight on these things, man. We didn't have to spend trillions of dollars on AI, all right, to tap into the probability of the future. No, we don't have a probability of the future. We're 100% certain, according to prophecy, what's going to happen, man. It said, no thought escapeth him, neither any word is hidden from him. Okay? And this is what Esau wants to portray himself in the earth, man. This is how Esau wants to portray himself, is if that no thought can escape him. Because even when the scriptures say there is no secret that they can hide from thee, this devil, he's able, to read the text messages, but that's even limited, man. Okay, he's able to read text messages, and got satellite surveillance, man, but he doesn't know everything, man. Okay, as long as you're on this grid, there's nothing that can be hid from him. He knows everything that's on the grid. That's why he wants to put everything on the grid. That's why he wants to put everything in these smart cities. That's why he wants to put the C-hip in everyone, man. So nothing can be hid from him, man. Okay? So this devil is limited, man. Only the Most High is able to really understand everything and know everything, past, present, and future. That's why he's called what he is. I am that I am. He is. He exists. Esau, he's nowhere near that, man. Okay, he said, no thought escaping him, neither any word is hidden from him. All right, because these devils that create all this technology, guess what? These niggas can get Alzheimer's. These niggas can get Parkinson's. These niggas subjugated, all right, to the ailments of the flesh, man. Okay. It says he had what was that John D. Rockefeller had like 8 heart transplants. But this nigga omnipotent, man. Get out of here, man. Okay. It says he have garnished the excellent works of his wisdom, and he is from everlasting to everlasting, man. You can't. What can you do with that? The Most High says he's from everlasting to everlasting, man. What can you do with that? And you talking about a goddamn robot, okay? They can fix you a martini. Man, get your ass out of here, man. Most High finna boo this nigga off the stage, man. This is terrible what this nigga is trying to do, man. Okay? It says unto him may nothing be added, neither can he be diminished. And he have no need of any counselor. Okay? You can't add nothing to the Most High. He doesn't need any counselor, man. Okay? So nothing can be added to the Most High. But Esau was saying, I'm finna add. Nigga, I'm finna do surveillance. I'm finna do the robot. I got the smart cities. So that's him saying he can add to the Most High. We can clone meat. We can make 3D. We can 3D print steaks. And, that's him saying that look, I can add to the Most High's counsel, man. That's a proud devil, man. It says, oh, how desirable are all his works, and that a man may even see to a spark. Okay? To a spark, man. We seen just a spark of the Most High's wisdom, man. Okay? It says, all things live and remain forever for all uses, and they are all obedient. All things are double one against another, and he have made nothing imperfect, man. And Esau saying, look, I'm going to enhance. I'm going to redo. I'm going to remix creation. I'm going to upgrade. No, nothing was made imperfect, man. Everything from Genesis was in its perfection, man. Okay, Esau, all right, is pushing as if he can redo Genesis, man. He's gonna redo everything that was created in Genesis in his image. Okay. It says one thing established the good of another, and who shall be filled with beholding his glory, man. So from the beginning, everything was perfect, man. Like when you just really study the earth a little bit, man, you see like, damn, most I had to figure it out in the beginning. Creation, animals, the plants, the livestock, the vegetation, the seasons, the rain, the sun, everything was in this perfection, man. People, the man, woman, the children, that family dynamic, everything was perfect, man, from the beginning. Okay? And this nigga is coming as if he's doing some major upgrade in the earth, man. Okay? No, this nigga's a problem, man. Okay? You see, and when you go here, it says this brother words of Yahushua, wisdom of Solomon 14:12 said, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, man, and the invention of them, the corruption of life, man. And look how wicked the world is under Esau, Edom, and idolatry, man. Look how wicked the earth is, man. Okay, just look how wicked it is, man. And then here it is, this nigga is claiming to be a god. But let's go here, man. You don't the ideal soldier are refusing to do a ground invasion, man. Okay, here it is on one end. These people claim to be chosen. Esau claims to be God to technology. They have this. Niggas talking about, Esau can do this. He just this magical nigga. But then niggas, the IDF won't even go put boots on the ground in Iran. Nigga a coward, man. Okay? All this shit is just hype, man. This man just have all this wealth, and the Lord blessed this nigga with the sword, man. And he project himself to be way more than what he is, man. He's tapped in on the left hand. Even that's limited, man. The left hand is far weaker than the right, man. The power that we tapped into far exceeds the power that these elites are tapped into on the left hand side. Our power is way higher than what these elites got on the left hand side, man. Way above it, man. Okay? These little magic tricks, that they pulling off, man. But when it come down to it, the IDF won't even put boots on the ground, man. Let's play this, man. Okay?
The Apprentice sends American boys 1,000 miles into Iranian territory while the architects of the war watch from their bunkers. Tel Aviv. Same as Iraq, same as Afghanistan, same chicken shit cowardice, same bill paid in American blood. So guess what? Israel is not going to send soldiers to Iran. Just like they didn't send soldiers to Iraq. Just like they didn't send soldiers to Libya. They're not sending soldiers to Iran. Israel says its soldiers won't join any U.S. ground operation in Iran. Channel 12 reports the IDF is sitting this one out if boots hit the ground. Israel will reportedly keep bombing from the air, but won't send troops 1,000 miles into Iranian territory. The logic is straightforward. Israel doesn't have the logistics to sustain ground forces that far from home. And plus, we already know that their military is on the verge of collapse. Israel's. Because they're overextended. And there's lots of... the soldiers don't want to fight anymore. Look what they're doing. Look what they're in Palestine. They're in Lebanon. They're getting their own countries getting bombed to smithereens in Israel. So here is so Mario Nafal says, so the country that pressured the United States into this war, that struck South Pars without permission, that keeps bombing through peace talks, and whose intelligence helped justify the entire operation, won't be sending a single soldier if the mission gets dangerous enough to require ground troops. Well, we already know that U.S. officials have told the Washington Post they're getting ready for a weeks-long ground invasion. So I hope that those reports are wrong. Imagine being a U.S. troop reading this, and he points to this. The UK report says new. Channel 12 says in case of a U.S. ground operation in Iran, Israeli soldiers will not participate on the ground. Imagine being a U.S. troop reading that. I mean, obviously, they're busy getting chased out of every other country where they sit down to have a meal. They've got a full agenda. They're busy. Here, Israel says its soldiers won't join in ground operation in Iran. This is from the Islander. The country that dragged America into this war, that kept bombing through peace talks, that fed Washington the bullshit intelligence that justified the whole suicide operation, won't be sending a single soldier when the dying starts in earnest. Logistics and this chicken shit excuse. Logistics is the chicken shit excuse. Not that it's wrong or that it's illegal. Not that American mothers will be burying their sons for a war Netanyahu designed and ordered apprentice Trump to sign off on. The apprentice sends American boys 1,000 miles into Iranian territory while the architects of the war watch from their bunkers. Tel Aviv. Same as Iraq, same as Afghanistan, same chicken shit cowardice, same bill paid in American blood. Very well said.
So yeah, well, goddamn. And this the thing. The IDL, here it is, these small heads start all these wars. You know, they drug America to their war in Iraq, the war with Afghanistan, and this current war with Iran. You know, they put America in this war in Syria. But the IDL soldiers don't put boots on the ground. Okay? And they tried to put boots on the ground in Hezbollah, slaughtered. Okay? Tanks gone. All right? And here it is. This man hates Iran so goddamn much, but he ain't been to Tehran. Why Bibi Netanyahu ain't been to Tehran yet, man? If you got so much hatred for Iran, you want to stop the bomb, nigga, go stop it. Nigga. Here it is, the IDF. They not putting boots on the ground, but you dumb, stupid, simple Americans, all right, are gonna attempt to go in Iran and get slaughtered. Okay? It showed you how coward these people are, man. Told you Esau not no warrior, man. This nigga not no goddamn genius. He's not no warrior. Okay? The Most High lifted this man up, allowed this man to rule. Okay? Gave this man, left hand, and this nigga was crafty and wickedness, man. Okay? Well, this nigga don't got it, man. Okay? And the Lord is exposing this, man. But here it is, the IDF soldiers themselves. Now they're saying it's logistics. So America can come way 6,000 miles away, and they troops got to come there. They got to get on boats and get flew over here. Then they got to try to find somewhere to land. But nigga, you already over there. Nigga, you on the land with Iran. Nigga, all you got to do is go east. Nigga, just go east and eventually you going to be in Iran. Nigga, what you mean logistics? You see? What you mean logistics? Nigga, just go east from Israel and you going to hit Iran, nigga. And go be tough. Okay? Niggas ain't built like that. And Amalek always been cowards, man. Even when you go into the scriptures, man. Because even when we was coming out of the land, all right, they tried to, what did they want? They wanted to attack the women and children. Same thing they do now with fighter jets, attack women and children. Okay? There's a spirit of Amalek. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find some on the chat real quick. So yeah, man, you got these IDF, small heads say they not sending ground troops, and you Americans should be acting a goddamn fool, man. You see, you Americans ain't got nothing in you, man. Okay, that's why the Lord just gonna allow you Americans to be chipped and nuked. Okay, because you don't have no backbone in you, man. From the government down to the people, man, you don't stand for nothing, man. This man done started the war, and nigga I told you niggas that the logistics don't make sense for him, but you can come from 6,000 miles away, but these niggas on the same continent with Iran, it won't go over there. Okay, but you gotta come from the other side of the earth. to go to war. Okay? And you Americans should be acting a goddamn fool. This is what you should be cutting up about, man. Okay? Because you Americans ain't gonna do nothing, man. All right? You talk on TikTok. Okay? That's all you Americans have been reduced to is a complaint on TikTok, man. Okay? And that's why the Lord just finna allow you Americans to suffer, okay, and did get nuked. Okay? That's all you Americans got to look forward to is the suffering, the hardest times ever, and to get nuked, man. You see? So let's go here, man. Let's get this. Let's go here. Let me see if I can look that up in a minute. All right, so you Americans, you do the bidding of the small hats. No matter how much you complain about Amalek, but guess what? You still gonna do the bidding. Okay, you gonna get that sea hill, which that's gonna be okay, an agenda of who? Amalek. Okay, so you Americans, you in full compliance. All right, to Amalek, man. Okay, and Amalek gonna get America nuked. Okay, and then the small hats, they gonna get their nuked over there, man. Okay, the only difference is it's gonna in fact, let's go here. The only difference is our land is gonna be built up, you know, but America gonna be a desert forever. All right, so this is Zephaniah 2 and 4, and that's the thing. You small hats, you ain't got to go nowhere because they gonna come to you. Okay, they gonna march to you, nigga. Okay, so you ain't got you can chill in your bunkers, man. They coming to see you. All right, missiles is coming. The missiles coming to see you. Okay, so for Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon the desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted out. And these are all right, areas of our land. These are all regions of our land. And these are all regions that these small hats are occupying right now. Okay? And these things are finna be what? Rooted up. The Most High finna root you niggas ass up out of there, man. Okay? And it says, woe unto the inhabitants of the sea coast, the coast of the Mediterranean, the nation of the Cherethites, the word of the Lord is against you, O Canaan, the land of the Philistines, what they call Palestine. So the Lord is against that land right now and the people in it. And that's why it says, I will even destroy thee, and there shall be no inhabitant, man. Okay, I will destroy thee, and there shall be no inhabitant, man. So the Lord gonna clear that land out. You niggas don't have to go and do a ground invasion, man. All right, the Lord gonna come see you, and then Yahweh Shai gonna come up in that region of the world too. Okay, that's where Yahweh Shai gonna be getting busy. The valley of Jehoshaphat. Matter of fact, let's get that. We end it there. And you can look it up. Amalek, they was always cowards through the scriptures, man. They love to attack the vulnerable. All right, and you can see the same thing they do today. Just go to chat and ask was Amalek. Did Amalek attack the vulnerable? Okay, he's a coward. He's not a man of war. Okay, this is Joel 3 and 12. It said, "Let the heathen be awakened." All right, and all these heathens are being activated for war. Everybody, and see, like I say, you had the the Chechkin, the Russian, warlord, with their Muslims, you go into the I think of the Czech Republic. Okay, but they're Sunni Muslims, and they say, look, if America invade Iran, we won't in. They say, nigga, we won't in. We want this action, man. Hey, so the heathen is awakened. Kim Jong Un, he said, look, nigga, he told Iran, nigga, tag me in. You see, all these nations are being awakened, man, for war. Okay, and you got them cowards over there in Israel. Okay, tucked in them shelters, man. The EU, them niggas under the bed. Okay, the only thing that the UK president say is, nigga, y'all not dragging us in this war. They're like, this nigga's a tape recorder, man. That's all this nigga say. He answer every question. Y'all not gonna drag us in this war, and he go home. These niggas is the EU. These niggas are under the bed, man. These are all these Edomite nations supposed to be so high Q, supposed to be so superior. The elite's supposed to be these magnificent niggas. And what are the elites at? If they so powerful, the elite so goddamn powerful, nigga, they should be in a three-piece suit blocking missiles. You know, they should be human goddamn missile defense systems. They should be out there throwing tanks, okay, across West Asia, man. If the elite so goddamn powerful, man. Okay, these niggas in the bunker, they in the bunkers too. You know? So it's like, damn, yeah, I thought y'all was so magical and y'all could do this. And, you know, I thought y'all was like X-Men walking the earth, man. The way that the elites hype themselves up. People hype these niggas up like they so powerful. Well, nigga, they should be on the front line wreaking havoc if they so powerful, man. Okay? But nah, man, the true power is on the way. That's Yahweh Shai. It said, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit and judge all the heathen round about, man. So judgment gonna come to you, small heads, man. You ain't gotta go nowhere. Okay? Stay your weak ass in them in them bunkers, man. You know? Stay y'all weak ass in them bunkers, nigga. The fight gonna come to you, nigga. The action gonna find you, nigga. You know? Cause you cowards, you not built to go find no action, man. Okay, and you elites overrated. Okay, like I say, until I see one of them niggas in a three-piece suit, okay, out there blocking missiles with their hands, I don't want to hear about how powerful these elites are. Nigga, this the time to show power now. Shit, I don't hear about these niggas powerful and they can do this and they can spy on you, man. They can look at your text message, nigga. They need to block missiles, nigga. Iran needs some. The small heads need some missiles blocked, nigga. I don't need to find no nigga thread on text message, nigga. They need some missiles blocked. You know. So nah, man, the Lord exposing these niggas, man, that these niggas are nowhere near what they hype themselves up to be, man. And it's just gonna get worse, and man, when Yahweh Shah show up, he gonna show, all right, these devils, you know, true power. You know. So yeah, that's the point, man. I'll leave it there. You know, and Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified. Next time I say shalom, Kwan Mashallah, Abba Soon Shalom.